according to a piece in the Telegraph, nipple tattoos have become increasingly popular in the UK. And this is a cosmetic procedure for people to darken or reshape their nipples, and it costs around £1,200. According to Gail Proudman, who is a clinician who performs the procedure, he states, a lot of people want their nipples more darker. It's the fashion. Some people think theirs are too pink or their boyfriends want them done. I think sometimes they're doing it because they are conscious of them being pale and they think it's fashionable to have dark nipples.
You know,
Where's the proof? We need to see some pictures.
You know, I've lived long enough.
No nipple pictures? Where are the nipple?
Yeah.
There's none. I looked.
I lived long enough to experience this. Like, you know, in the old days, being white was fashionable. Now, like, wait, not only are you too white, your nipples are too white. Yeah. We're going to have to darken those up, and we're going to have to do it through an incredibly painful procedure.
Yeah.
So, progress?
The funniest part about this story was when I was reading the forums and people commenting, and there was a few people that were celebrating it. Some guy saying, yeah, I've been with a girl that's had tattooed red star nipples and it was the hottest thing ever. And then somebody else being like, yeah, I've actually dated a girl that's gotten like really, really dark nipples and I liked it. So I was just shocked by seeing that women are actually tattooing their nipples. That would be so painful.
It could just be one girl who's sleeping around a lot, just for with a lot of message board people. It is possible.
They're going to these different clinics and getting these cosmetic procedures, and it is becoming increasingly popular and is becoming more high fashion in the UK.
Yeah, 1,800 pounds. Do we know how much that is?
1,200 pounds.
So 1,200 pounds. How much is that?
It's got to be at least $1,500.
$1,500. Might I recommend a more economical way of doing this? Just shut the lights. Just shut the lights when you're having sex.
You know what I mean? But then you don't see anything.
I don't think guys care, right? You guys don't care if the nipples are pale pink or really dark.
I don't care. I mean, look, when I was young and single, I mean, if I got to see the nipple, I wasn't going to complain about what it looked like.
The nipple was always
I do declare. All of a sudden I became a richer.
I do declare.
Maybe this is a British story. I do declare these nipples are rather light, and I prefer them a little darker. Could you go get them tattooed or tattooed?
Yeah. Tattooed, exactly. That is the term that they use in the article, tattooing.
Yeah, I mean, people are doing all, there's anal bleaching too. So
that's been around forever.
Look, I had to say it, you knew it was coming out in the segment.
That's been around forever.
But that means that they're somehow in a situation where either they've seen it themselves, which is you'd have to set up some sort of contraption, or someone actually had the balls to say to them, your anus is a little too dark for me to...
If I can get your anus a little lighter and your nipples a little darker, then you'd be just right. I mean, how sick have we become as a species that we're so sick with how we look and so mental about fixing it that you were like, okay, yesterday we did a story about what's Heather Locklear was saying that what's really good for your skin and prevents wrinkles is semen.
What?
So, yeah, I mean, and we talked about Botox, how they were putting rat poison in our face, covering the face with semen, darkening the nipples, lightening the anus. I mean, just calm down, be a human being.
Yeah.
Right.
And, and stop panicking over how every little detail of your body looks. You look fine. And especially if you're a woman, believe me, there's going to be a guy who wants to sleep with you.
I like how the clinician said that not only is it fashion, but boyfriends are asking their girls to go do this. What? Maybe leave your boyfriend if he's asking you to go tattoo your nipples to be darker.
That really does say a lot about men, though, because what could a girl possibly say to a guy? If a guy could say to you, well, I want your nipples a little darker, what could you come back with, though? What would you say? Like, you'd have to say, shave your back or something, but it would be something so simple.
If somebody asked me to darken my nipples.
Like, what could you fire back at him?
I wouldn't fire back at him. I would walk out that door.
Yeah.